Today we're taking a look at the brand new Makita 40 volt impact driver. We're going to look at it, we're going to use and abuse, we're going to see what it can do, what it can't do. But I'm going to tell you something right now. You've been manipulated and lied to, and I'm going to tell you all about it coming up soon later on in this video. But let's get this review started. I want to thank Acme Tools for sending this over to take a look at, not Makita. And no, I am not being paid in any sort of way to review this tool. Now, as mentioned, we're going to use and abuse, we're going to drive 1/2 inch legs down through a treated 6x6 with no pilot holes. I want to see how this thing can do. We're also going to look at some of the functions on this. Makita has been needing to come out with a new battery platform for some while. I took a lot of heat on some of my other videos saying that I did not like the 2 battery platform, you know, on the rear handle cell, which we have, by the way, the new 40 volts coming to the channel here within the next few days. But I told them, you need a bigger battery. You need something that's going to be able to drive more power, and that's what they did. So I'm taking credit for it. So on here you have the 2.5, the 40 volt, the XGT, again, all brand new. However, the one thing that I do want to point out is the battery size. Now, this is the 2.5 and this is the 5AH. And you can see that the 2.5 is just a little bit bigger than the 5AH, but I really thought the 40 volt was going to be this huge thing. You know, think about the DeWalt, the 60 volts, how much bigger their batteries are, and even though this is a smaller AH, well, you know, seriously, not bad. So I'm actually pretty happy to see that the battery is not that much bigger than the standard 18 volt. Now, I do want to let you know that this battery will not fit on this tool. So the 18 volt and the 40 volts are not compatible, and vice versa. You can't throw the 40 volt on one of your 18 volt tools. Would have been nice to see those compatible, but it is what it is. All right, let's take a look at this brand new impact driver. The model number GDT01. Again, size. This thing is small. It is no larger than your conventional 18 volt impact driver, which was sort of surprising. It is really compact. Feels great in the hands. You got all of your cool little functions down here. You got 4 speeds, so it goes to 1, 2, 3, 4. Low being the slowest, 4 being the highest, of course. Here are your numbers right here for each speed. Once again, up on here, I really like it. You push this button and it will change those modes, so you don't always have to hit the button down here. And yeah, you have an auto mode, so if you have some self-drivers, no worries about that. And one of the questions on the last videos that we did is, can you shut this LED light off? Yes, all you do is push this button down here, hold it in for a second, and then it'll turn back on once you pull the trigger. If you don't want that on at all, just hold that down for a second, it'll shut off, and you don't have to worry about that light. That's real nice. All right, enough about the talking. Let's use and abuse. So what we have in front of me is the world's most famous treated 6x6 with no pilot holes. Now, why do I love doing this test? Why do I love dragging these 1/2 inch legs down through this treated 6x6 with no pilot holes? Well, because it puts a lot of strain on these tools. It's a really good gauge on whether or not these things are going to hold up, overheat, or just die. Maybe they don't have enough power. I've had a lot of these type of tools not even be able to drive this thing halfway down through it. It's disgusting. Will this be one of them? So what we're going to do is we're going to start it on speed 1, mode 1. We're going to see what it does. I'm not expecting much. Then we're going to go to 2, and then we're going to go to 3, and then we're going to go to 4. And then I'm going to rip this thing out. I'm going to put it back into a brand new area, and I'm going to drive it down on mode 4 by itself and see how it hangs with the treated 6x6 and no pilot holes. All right, mode 1, again, not expecting all that much. Let's see what it does. 3, 2, 1. All right, nice and controlled. Let's move it up to mode 2. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's bump it up to mode 3. Now I should expect a little bit more oomph. All right, good. Let's move it up to mode 4. Good. All right, let's remove this on mode 4. smoky, smoky. And let's go into the auto mode. 3, 2, 1. That's mode 1. So self-tappers. Let's move it up to mode 4. Wow, that's some good stuff. By far the most powerful Makita Impact Driver I have ever used. And you got that small size, the precision, all the different functions. I'm loving it. The question is it as or more powerful than the Milwaukee Fuel Gen 3? Well, if you want to find out, get subscribed, hit that bell notification because we're doing a tool duel this week. Do I love this new 40 volt? Hell yeah, I love this new 40 volt. I will use this impact driver all day long, and they needed this. I have been saying for years, the Makita 18 volt battery and how they were putting 2 batteries, 3 batteries, 4 batteries in their lawnmowers and their saws, it was outdated. They needed new technology. Nobody listened to me. And then all of a sudden, brand new evidence to show you exactly how the tool industry have been lying to you, manipulating you for years. Check this out.
You know, you young bucks might believe that this Makita battery is all new technology, but I'm gonna tell you something. It ain't. Back there in 1862, my great-great-great-great-great-grandpapa TRZ, he done tried to pull off the greatest train heist in the history of train heists. Unfortunately, all he done brought was his 18-volt Makita Impact and a single Diablo speed demon. Unfortunately, it did not work out well for him. Great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpapa never made it back home. And though that's a very sad story, you could clearly see that the Makita 18-volt battery was back in 1862. Now let's fast forward to 1912. For all you Ford drivers, I want to set the record straight. My great-great-great-great-grandpapa TRZ III, he done clearly invented the Ford automobile until Ford ripped him off. But that's clearly a story for a different time, but I do want to show you that clearly the 18-volt Makita battery is plain invisible right here on this Model T. Once again, it's just proving to you this thing is real old and it's time for some new technology. Now, I remember back in the day when I was a youngster, my Papa TRZ Sr., he used to talk about some hipster named Jim Hendrix playing that guitar, and one day he was up on the stage, I believe it was Woodstick, talking about how he had to done fix that fella's guitar. Something about his woo-woo pedal going bad. So he done took out his Makita 18 volt. He done tried to fix that guitar woo-woo pedal for that fella, but unfortunately he just did not have enough power. He screamed, "I need 40 volt, I need 40 volt." And unfortunately that woo-woo pedal never did get fixed, so the gentleman done lit his guitar on fire because he was so upset and such. Now, even though this stuff is very fascinating to me, I have to admit that there is one piece of evidence that came out a long time ago that I was suspect to, but now I believe. Now, apparently, back thousands of years ago when they was done building them pyramids, everybody was trying to figure out what in the heck was going on. They thought maybe it was aliens. But during a recent archaeological dig, I done guess that them dug up some, I don't know, pictures or something. And here you go, it's the M18 Impact Driver. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, this is how old this technology is. I mean, this is all true story here, folks. Just subscribe, smash that like button, greatly appreciate it.
Now, even though me and my friend the Makita gnome don't get along very well, this is definitely what Makita needed. They needed a larger battery. They needed a more powerful battery. They have very, very good, smooth operating tools. They just always seemed a little underpowered to me. I do, however, wish that these batteries were interchangeable, but if that's not a big deal to you, let me know in the comment section. Do you wish they were interchangeable or do you not care? I truly believe that Makita did the right thing by coming out with this 40 volt, and I am happy to see that they did. This is excellent. I love it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this up against the Gen 3 Milwaukee M18 Fuel Gen 3 Impact Driver. We're going to see what this thing can do, what it can't do. Is there still an issue when it comes to power? Well, we're going to find out. But I will tell you this, it's the most powerful Makita Impact Driver I've ever used, and I definitely recommend it. If you were in the line, you'll like it as well. Let me know in the comments section, what do you think about the brand new Makita 40 volt tools? Do you love them? Do you hate them? I love hearing your feedback. Also, if you like this video, greatly appreciate it if you could smash that like button. Greatly appreciate it. I always appreciate you stopping by, and with that, we'll be back with more videos soon.